always going to tape, video you. Oh my God. I don't even know. I can't talk. The whole thing is that I just wanted to be sure and get my video out. I had some things that I wanted to say. I got really distracted by someone being pulled over in front of the police station, and already in handcuffs and just standing there next to the police officer who looked like he was verbally letting him know how it is. Very weird. Why not just walk with him to the police station? What do I know? My name's Heather, and I am a new content creator, and I do not always video while driving. I've watched a lot of other small content creators, and one thing that seems to be in the need right now is more people expressing just regular old everyday feelings, and more channels that actually give true dollars and time. Everybody's asking the same questions. How long is it going to take me to make money on YouTube? And what do I have to do to make money on YouTube? So I thought, well, I've looked this up no less than 50 times in the last couple of years, so why not just make a channel that specifically points to that? So that's what I'm doing. Some of my videos I've had our pony in the background because I've taken you with me whenever I've been running my errands. I call our little slice of Texas our Farmily, so I have a lot of stuff going on, but everybody should have some time in their day to be able to do this. Don't quit your regular job, obviously. You never want to quit a job until your next job can replicate or duplicate, if you want to think about it that way, the money you're getting from the first job. So you should have a nice overlap from the first job of a certain amount of money. Okay, I have more money from one job to the next. Now I can jump to the only one job. I hope that makes sense. But my dad always taught us, there was a bunch of us kids, and my dad always said, you never quit a job till you have another one. So I just never quit a job. Just made it easy on myself. And anyhow, so my YouTube journey is going to include real dollars and cents. And that's just what it is. So today's is I'm driving because by the time I get home, it's going to be dark outside. And I'm very sorry. I am 100% paying attention to you guys. I just also am driving. I've spent the last 25 years in the telecom field, and living in the country, I've always had to drive to the city for my job. So on a regular day, I've driven no less than 2 hours. I don't know, up to 6 hours, but my regular commute is 3 hours. So, and I don't actually work at that same company anymore after 25 years. That is a story for another day. Okay, so yesterday I went to a doctor's appointment that was a second opinion. I waited 3 months, and by the way, I have had the most unreal medical stuff happening. I have lost 30 pounds and gained 30 pounds in 3.5 months, and it's crazy. So I am on the not so fun end of it, which I don't think either one's great, but I did like getting into my pants that I wore when I was 27. That was kind of great, but that's over. So I just haven't felt well. Everything's been off, and I've been really good at taking care of myself for an entire lifetime up until this last 4 years. I've had COVID 4 times. severe PTSD from being lost in the middle of the ocean. So when I said, I think it was on day 2's video, when I said, you know, don't forget to check. It was right before the big cold snap storm was covering most of our nation. And I was just saying, like, don't forget to check on your strong ones, because while I have generally been everyone's strong one, and yes, I got lost on a boat, lost in the middle of the ocean. The Coast Guard stopped looking for us because the storms were so bad. I lost myself after that in a crazy amount of years of PTSD therapy, survivor's guilt. I in my head have written 3 different books on paper. I've written half of one on my computer. I've written probably 9 versions. So I don't know if I'll ever get it done. It is an amazing story. It's definitely something that's like a piecemeal of I don't know, the perfect storm. I don't know. I can't even go there, because the reason why I haven't finished it, and probably never will, is because it's pretty emotional, and it takes a little bit out of me whenever I dive into it. I'm also, for those of you who are into astrology, I am a Pisces, and which is a fish, and I am the epitome of a fish. I love all things water, and so being lost in the middle of the ocean 6 years ago has really messed me up a little bit. Like, I'm not afraid of water. I'm not afraid of the ocean. I refuse to use an umbrella. I don't care if I get wet, but lightning brings me to my knees. That's what happens when you live through a hurricane on a miniature boat in the middle of the ocean, and you wake up and you can't see. Crap. To miss my exit. You wake up and you can't see land at all. Circle round and round and round, and you can't see land, and you're supposed to be on the bay. I digress. My point is, I lived through all of that garbage, and then I get a cancer scare that has me silent with family and friends. I mean, I literally haven't even shared my new little YouTube journey with my family or my friends, because whereas I was the glue for where I worked and my huge friend group and my huge family, I was always the glue. Now, my phone never rings. I never talk to anybody, and I'm not sad. It's just the reality of where my life is now. I spend quality time with my children, my girls, and my mom, and I have a few friends that literally, I think, just we have a good connection, and I keep my life small as far as the things that I allow in and the things that I can control are all that I can do for now. So I'm okay, I'm happy, and but this whole like cancer thing, and then calling to make an appointment with another doctor, and literally getting possibly the most unemotionally intelligent person on the phone that has the big time job of scheduling me and making me wait. So I called in October, and she scheduled me for an appointment where I told her I'm probably not going to live to that appointment, and she giggled. The appointment was set for October, November, December, January, February, for a little over 4 months from the day that I called. So I was supposed to go February, I don't know, I think it was 21st, but they called and said that they could fit me in. Watch it, lady. They said they could fit me in yesterday, January 14th. So I was very happy. And I thought it was like well, shit, that says no. I thought that it was a sign from God. Like, oh, Heather, life is going to be great. Imagine, I've been feeling bad for 3.5 months. And I don't think that I'm like any different than anyone else. I think I'm just living, and I'm trying to live. But like at some point, I have been asking the universe and God, like I feel full up on this whole like hardship stuff, and can't I just live my life and be happy? God. So anyways, maybe I won't post this. I apologize for the silent moments. I went to the doctor yesterday, and I was a little concerned at the way that the doctor was responding to me. I didn't really like that she was very close to me, which I'm cool with, but I wasn't really sure about okay, so we had eye contact, but she was a little bit close. She had 3 pieces of paper I thought were my previous my other doctor visits and procedures. I thought that's what she was like hanging on to reference, and I realized it looked like she was actually going through some bullet points. So I don't know, it was a little, I was getting weirded out because I'm definitely like a rip the band-aid off kind of person. When you've been in the middle of a life or death tragedy, and it's not like I have, tied my string to that kind of mentality, but like I was a suicide counselor before I started working for this telecom company that I worked for almost 25 years. I was a suicide counselor for my community, which I still live in and I love. And I just got pregnant and was gonna have kids, so I went towards a company that I really had the thought that I could work my way up and have the ability to work my way up and make more money so that I could raise some happy, healthy, productive children that would walk this earth and be able to have, just opportunities and to have a good life. So that was what my goal was, and I don't remember putting a stop sign at the end of it to where, okay, now my kids are in college, which again, I'm not saying these things to isolate myself from anyone. I'm saying I am just like any other average human that has different things that are important to them, different things that they work towards. Here are the reasons why I did those things. It doesn't mean that I'm better or worse or anything. I think we're all the same. I think we just have different reasons for doing what we do. So it's like a very long summary of me. Sorry. So yesterday I go to the doctor and she's all up in my grill telling me shit, and I'm sorry, I just got mad at myself. I was completely fine with the doctor's visit until she didn't get to the point, and we're going on a little over 10 minutes, which is long for a doctor's visit these days. If you ask me, when I had an ablation about 7 or 8 years ago, I'm pretty sure that it lasted, that whole entire surgical procedure was already shorter than the time I'd been in her office, if that helps. So she's going on and on. I appreciate that she's being very detailed in explaining her reasoning for this or her understanding of that. But I just wanted to know, because I'd been dreaming about I'm dying of cancer. And I opened with that before she started going on and on. I pretty much opened with that, saying, you know, this is completely an unfounded, non-medical thing, but I have been dreaming that I'm dying of cancer for the 3 months I've been waiting to see you. So I feel like I've been torturing myself. Please help me understand what to do next. So never got the answer. Next thing you know, it's almost 10 minutes have gone by. She's still talking. Her PA knocks on the door in the hall and yells through the door that the doctor is needed. She jumps up and she's getting ready to walk out the door. So I just said, wait, are you going to deliver a baby? And she said, yes. And I said, wait, am I dying of cancer? And she says, no, but can I call you? So that's what I told y'all yesterday. And I was really freaked out about that because yesterday it was a little bit more raw and I hadn't really thought about the repercussions in all of it, and repercussions being, did I ask the right questions? Do I know what I'm doing next? You know, repercussions to my health and the decisions that I make. So her office staff called. So, okay, she said, no, I wasn't dying of cancer. But what else is she going to say? Like, what if I was and she's going to deliver a baby? She's like, do I choose life or death? And it's like, unfortunately for me at 52, even though I have lived a healthy life, I felt like I was the death option. So why hang out with me? I'm not mad. It's just 100% what I was thinking. And I'm not a doom and gloom person, but I really was just thinking that, like, well, I'd go and deliver a baby too. So she said, can I call you? And I said, yes. And so an hour later, her office staff, let's call the chick Delilah. Delilah called, and I immediately recognized her voice as the person that I spoke with over 3 months ago that giggled when I said, when she said I had to wait 3 months to see the doctor, and I said, oh my gosh, I might die by then. And she giggled and did nothing about changing the 4-month wait to see the doctor. So imagine my surprise when I finally get to see the doctor. I get to go a little early. I'm excited. I've got my questions. I have my bullet points on my little notebook. I never get to go over them. And then the doctor doesn't even get to finish her intro, which was very long. And I don't know the status of my health. And she says she's going to call me. And then I think she's calling me an hour later, which I don't know. I have 2 girlfriends that have had babies, but and they had them in less than an hour. But still, that seems like, I don't know, it's a little much for me to really get. Like, I couldn't get how in the world she could be calling me that quick. It wasn't her. It was Delilah, who is most definitely not a doctor, nurse, and doesn't play one on TV. No. So she calls and says she's talked to the doctor, and the doctor says to make a blank whatever visit with me, and so she's calling to do that. So at first, without being able to give y'all a whole bunch of details, essentially the doctor had told me that my condition, to rectify it, will most likely, it's like 99%, end up in this surgery or that surgery. And the second one is to me, an exceptionally invasive surgery that is really not something that I'm excited about. And the first one is the initial thing that I thought I was going there to get. That's my end goal. That's what I thought was going to happen. Whether it's cancer or not, I still thought that would be our end goal. So she's telling me about these several things, that these other procedures that she wants to do to verify it before doing anything that invasive. So anyhow, And none of those things that I just generally and vaguely told you include what Delilah is making an appointment with me for, which is essentially making the same appointment that I just attended that morning again for May 23rd. So today's January 15th. Yesterday was January 14th. February 14th, March 14th, April 14th, May 14th, and some change. So she's making an appointment for me for 4.5 months away, when the doctor never finished my initial visit because she got called out to deliver a baby. Guess what? The initial 3.5 months plus the 4.5 months is almost the time it takes to make a baby. So, not impressed at all. And you might be thinking, why is she still talking? Why hasn't she gone to another doctor? Why doesn't she do that right now? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going the way that life has me going. And I was having faith in the person that is in our town that is supposed to have, she has the best ratings. And I wanted that to be my new doctor. I have had a doctor, had the same one for over 20 years in Austin. Oh, I just now told you where I live. Oh, well. But for a different day, a different story, I just am not going there anymore. I'm just not. So, I told Delilah, and this is the point of my story, and if you've made it this long, I will send you a prize. I told Delilah there was no way that the doctor meant for me to wait another 4 months to see her, when that particular appointment that she's trying to make is 100% not even what the doctor was talking about as an option for appointments. So, not impressed at all. I just told her that that was not going to work for me, and she needed to go back, talk to the doctor, and someone could call me back. And then I sat there, and y'all, she was quiet. Delilah was silent. She didn't giggle, but she sure did not acknowledge that somebody was telling her no, which tells me either she's been inept at her job or many jobs for a long time, and her bedside manner, emotional intelligence, customer service skills are lacking, or no one's ever told her no before, or probably more likely a lot of people have told her no, and she knew that she couldn't argue because it's not her business. She's mishandling my health and mishandling the doctor's business, literally. I mean, I'm essentially, a $50,000-$60,000 paycheck for the doctor in the next month if she chooses to move forward in a proactive way, which she can't because Delilah is mishandling her business. So, again, if you've made it this far, I'm sorry for venting. I would rather vent about having so much money from YouTube that I don't know what to do with it. Like, what a cooler day. I'm just going to wish for that day. So when I woke up this morning, I had, after 9 videos, I had 130 views and almost 6 watch hours. Now, you need, and 2 subscribers. I still have 2 subscribers. I have more likes than I had yesterday. I have everything is more than the day before. And I think that has to be our goal, is to have every day is better than yesterday. So I have a friend who likes to say that, and I like that. I think that's cool. So I'm going to make every day better than yesterday. And the end of the story. So sorry. Whenever Delilah called me back, she said she talked to the medical assistant. So apparently she didn't want to let the doctor know that she was mishandling the doctor's business. And the medical assistant, who is one of the 3 people that I had told while I was in the doctor's office for less than 30 minutes that I thought I was dying of cancer and cried, and I don't even cry. But the medical assistant was an angel, and she was so nice. She was the last person I talked to before I left the building physically that day. Yesterday, feels like a long time ago. She had helped Delilah figure out, and I know I'm doing that with my eyes, but I can see better when they're open. I want to make sure I'm looking at the camera when I say that chick's name, because it's really hard to be 52, think you're dying, and have some uncaring person try to tell you how you're going to handle your life. So it's really sad. Anyhow, the medical assistant had already slid me in to an appointment less than 2 weeks from now. So that's the end of the story. I'll update you on that date when it comes. Personally, I kind of think they should have slid me in today, because it's not my fault she had to leave mid-visit. My 21-year-old told me not to call the office and just mention it when I'm there at my appointment. So I've decided to move on. And but I did want to give Delilah props for waking me up to the fact that something I've said most of my life, and I actually had forgotten it, is some things just don't work for me. And her behavior towards me was one of them. So I like people. I want to be happy. I want everyone else to be happy too. So let's all do that. Let's have today, when you wake up every day, just be like, today's gonna be my most best day ever, and just throw in all sorts of words in there. It doesn't have to be sound a certain way. Just say, today's gonna kick ass, today's great, today, no matter what, is gonna be better than yesterday, right? Because when we say, like, when are we gonna eat, it probably means you've had some days before that day where it might have been crap. You might have been wondering, like, when am I gonna ever get where I want to get? Guess what? Every day is better than the one before it, but we got to make the day we're standing in our best day ever. So that's what I'm doing. And now I'm going to get out and get gas, because I've been sitting here for way too long. And I just want you to know, if this is the last time that you hear my voice, you are loved, you are kind, and you are supported. Join my community if you don't think that's true. Join my community if you do, but join my community if you don't, and I will tell you that every single day. Love you. Bye.